Hills, heat, rocks, dust and dried earth. Like many other arid and semi-arid lands of Kenya, Ngong is thirsty. The biggest challenge facing the population is water scarcity. For most women, when it is a day to fetch water, not much can be fixed in the diary. The journey is long and winding. Getting enough water for domestic use can be a full day's job. Because of this, settled life is practically impossible, which limits income-generating activities. That is until now.
I am at Ilmasin Primary School, Ngong Hills, Kajiado County. And this could pass for an ordinary primary school. Of course, we are going about our studies as usual. But what particularly sets it apart is standing right outside. Come with me, I'll show you. Now this mesh behind me is actually a fog harvester. And the pupils of this school are in their own rights rainmakers, condensing low-lying clouds into water for their daily use.
According to estimates, only 3% of the world's water is drinkable. And now Professor Bansi Mati, whose brainchild this project is, thinks this is a natural solution as we seek to increase that small percentage.
When you're on a highland area like here in Ngong, the highland is so high, the cloud is touching the ground. So fog is a cloud touching the ground. Cloud is also rain in a very vapor form of something. So holding that cloud so that it doesn't leave and go back to the sky when it gets hot is done by this net. The best entry point is to start as a researcher. I'm from a research institution. The university supported this work.
Yes.
So that we could actually first just research and find out whether it will work.
The first fog collecting device was patented in 1994. However, fog harvesting remains in its infancy, technologically and commercially, with less than 20 projects globally. This is work in progress.
Now this is the part I love. The net comprises both hydrophilic, which is water attractant surface, and hydrophobic surface, which is water repellent.
When the thick air blows, the tiny water droplets in the fog are trapped in the hydrophilic surface and then roll off the repellent surface and into the gutter.
The only important thing here is the net. This net came from Chile. It's important from Chile. The rest of the materials are bought here in Kenya. We have also tested local nets, which are bought the equivalent of the ones that are done from greenhouse. In the absence of this, one can still harvest fog, albeit the efficiency may be lower.
But just how efficient is a fog collector? Well, anything between 80 to 1,000 liters of water in one day should mean a lot to any water deficient place.
Give me examples of sources of water here in our school. Where do we get water from here in our school? This group here in school.
The children are actually very excited about this fog harvesting because initially we take fog as health hazard to us because it's full of water and cause a lot of common cold and COVID.
These tanks, those small ones there, we will get 3 liters of fog per square meter. This is 40 square meter. When it rains, this based on the rainfall of this area, this tank fills in one day.
And that is 1,500 liters.
1,500.
We always send the kids to go and draw water from a spring, which is around 5 kilometers away. So we sometimes move them from the classes to get the water. We also ask for water to be brought by the donkeys. Those donkey people. So it is very expensive actually.
The amount of water collected is determined by the size of the mesh, the fiber design, and very importantly, fog density and correct orientation of wind. This is just the first time fog collectors are being tried in Kenya, yet there is no doubt about the impact it could have if it was scaled up to serve many more people.
In the absence of the roofs, especially from the locality here where we have manyatas, it's very economical to them because they'll have both fog and rainwater. On the other hand, the materials used to make the harvesting kit, they are locally available, and most people in the community can afford the materials. Also, maintenance is not all that big expense. I think it's good for them to work in this community.
The potential lies in the high elevation arid areas that receive little or no rainfall, yet experience early morning or late evening fogging.
Other than Ngong, one of my favorite destinations is Marsabit. We all know
Marsabit, yes.
It's supposed to be slightly greener than the surrounding areas, but Marsabit is also actually dry. They have very heavy fogs. We also have Taita Hills. We have Iveti Hills.
Taita Hills gets really cold, yeah.
We have Iveti Hills here in Machakos. The Machakos one I'm even more interested because I discovered they have evening fog. Here in Ngong we really have evening fog. At 7 p.m. fog drops.
All right.
Yeah. So here
evening fogs could stay longer.
It means they have it all throughout the night.
Throughout the night.
Yeah. But here our fog forms of like midnight EV. Then it lifts around 6, 7, 8.
Like many other water-deficient villages spread out across the country, Ilmasin has its sun, dust, rocks, and cracking earth. But it does have model fog harvesters, just hoping that more households can be dragged into the net.
To the scientists, this is a story of functional surfaces, a fluid understanding of how water behaves. But to the rest of us, it is a story of emerging self-reliant individuals through responsive innovation. And what that does in the big picture is that it builds slowly a national spirit of possibilities.